Good morning and happy Friday to you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's very quickly take you through what's happening in the equity markets here in India. Well, it's a bounce back after a couple of sessions in the red. The Nifty 50 trading with gains of about 1%, looking quite strong and trading very comfortably above the 15,000 mark. And if I look at some of the top gainers, and I'm going to list them out, you have IndusInd Bank, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, HDFC, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Bajaj Finance, Axis Bank, SBI, which will report its earnings later today. But the first 8 gainers on the Nifty 50 are financial names, and that is essentially where the wind is blowing this Friday. Those names are really leading to the gains. And about 44 gainers on the Nifty 50 as I look at my screen, and only about 6 losers. Power Grid Corporation, Grasim, IOC, UPL, Dr. Reddy's looking just a tad bit weak, but not really the biggest losses. Power Grid, for example, which is the biggest loser, losing only about 0.7%. So let's also talk about the broader markets. They're keeping pace with the benchmarks today, and about 1% each, or well, about 1% for the mid cap and about 0.7% for the small cap index. Market breadth is looking reasonably strong. In fact, very strong. You have nearly 3 gainers for every loser, or more than 3 gainers for every loser on in the broader markets. How's the sectoral picture looking then? Let's take you through that as well. You had the banking index, obviously, that is gaining substantial ground. That should be obvious based on what I've told you in terms of the big gainers. Auto is doing okay, about 0.4% in the green. You have FMCG and IT that are more or less okay as well, about 0.5% each. Metals are gaining about 1%. Of course, JSW Steel is going to be in focus on account of earnings. In fact, quite a few Nifty companies are reporting earnings today. You have the likes of Shree Cement, Hindalco, JSW Steel, as well as SBI, and some others that you would want to bear in mind also, Dr. Lal PathLabs, as well as Godrej Industries. Among stocks that are performing today on account of results, you have HPCL that posted quite a strong set of numbers, that's up and about in trade, and a couple of other names also you want to bear in mind are the sugar mills. And that's because the government has decided to cut subsidy on exported sugar to 4,000 rupees per ton. That's having a bearing on some of those names. What do you have to bear in mind? Well, earnings definitely, and the flows picture. You had FIs that turned net sellers, but by a very small margin. DIs sold. We're not really able to see any trend developing in that regard. So we'll have to wait and watch over the course of the next couple of days to see what emerges. Earnings in focus certainly this Friday. Let's see how things pan out.